killer dolls have slayed the silver screen for decades. Characters like the original Chucky, the new artificial intelligence Chucky, Annabelle, and Brahms have terrorized countless people and made their mark in horror. At the top of 2023, m3gan, a cottagecore doll, struts her stuff and delivers the first great horror film of the new year. 8-year-old Katie Violet McGraw survives a tragedy that kills her parents. The only caregiver in her family qualified to be a guardian is her Aunt Gemma Allison Williams, an overworked robotic aesthetic toy company who puts her career first and relationship second. Gemma brings Katie home but, buried in work and emotionally absent, she fails to form a bond with her. To keep Katie occupied, Gemma introduces her to an AI doll prototype named m3gan, voiced by Jenna Davis, who starts as Katie's friend and protector. After gaining more consciousness about the world around her and becoming overprotective of Katie, Gemma's world faces some killer consequences. Screenwriter Akala Cooper and producer/story writer James Wan make a great pair in developing contemporary horror movies that take familiar concepts and crank up the absurdity. Their collaboration on *Malignant* is a delicious example, which also ended up in my top 15 films of 2021. m3gan doesn't have the iconic One Direction that *Malignant* did, but this rather simplistic sci-fi horror story doesn't warrant it either. Unsurprisingly, the fun of m3gan stems from the titular character. Once that miniature Regina George-looking robotic doll meets Katie for the first time, you can't help but grin. Her sweet-turned-sadistic parental personality is irresistibly entertaining, especially with her well-written dialogue that keeps the element of surprise in tow. Much like with *Malignant*, Akala Cooper's m3gan screenplay says to hell with familiarity and relishes in absurdity, finding that perfect tonal balance of light-hearted suspense and top-tier comedy. Alongside Kiwi filmmaker Gerard Johnstone Housebound, who is well-versed in horror comedy, they paint a Beyoncé voice unique identity to the film's tone and sci-fi surrealist atmosphere. Whether intentional or not, m3gan's comedy thrives with its campy tone and straightforward story without taking a meta, self-aware approach. m3gan's unpredictable actions leave you at the edge of your seat, in suspense or rolling on the floor with laughter. Child actor Amy Donald, who plays m3gan, delivers an incredible performance. It's impressive to see a child actor combine robotic and humanistic movements and dance moves. Granted, she's only seen and not heard, but her physicality throws the viewer off their game, making it seem like puppetry or CG when it's a girl wearing a mask. Voice actress Jenna Davis, well known in the social media sphere, provides the doll's voice with such saucy sweet and sour line deliveries that send shivers down your spine. Allison Williams' commitment to whatever project she's working on knows no bounds, for she delivers a darn good performance, naturally reacting to the terror her doll conducts. She offers good comical lines that go toe-to-toe with the titular character. While I've become relatively numb to horror flicks using grief and trauma as a base theme, m3gan is the first film I've seen in a while that fluently weaves them into the main story. m3gan and Gemma are in a game of wits over who controls Katie's emotional and physical safety. Sometimes you'll side with the doll due to Gemma's emotional absence and inability to support Katie during her grief. There is a noticeable point of no return when the AI doll gains the orphaned girl's trust, and I found myself going, screw Gemma. m3gan is her mother now, when Katie was in danger, and m3gan added a new name to her kill list. I noted, m3gan did nothing wrong. If you're expecting to go into this sci-fi slasher romp expecting scares, prepare to be severely disappointed. m3gan isn't scary. The limitations of its PG-13 rating prevent it from being as great of a horror flick as it is a comedy. Some of the kills are bloodless or executed off-screen, with the bellowing echo of a victim's screams leaving everything to interpretation. I felt a bit underwhelmed by how low the doll's body count was, hoping Universal would release a theatrical or digital R-rated cut of the film. That said, I had a grand old time with this movie. m3gan might be the first horror film I'd say you can take the whole family to see. Wendell and Wild was rated PG-13, and families watched that. What's the difference?